Week number 7, we go inside the locker room as the Commanders lose to the Giants 14-7 and drop 0-2 in the division.
Yeah, I just it's a little bit of both. It's loud, and whenever you have to turn around to hear the call, you have to get your eyes right back on that ball because we're on silent kids. So there's a lot of things that go into it, and sometimes they're bringing 4 or 5 people to a side. You know what I mean? And we just we got to get the calls. We got to execute the calls, being the most important and the main thing. Then we just got to get it done. And we didn't do that today.
Yeah, went 0 as they were doing all game. Ran a drag route, ball that I catch 9 out of 10 times, and didn't come up with it. But I'm gonna let it hurt. I'm gonna feel this one, obviously, especially in a crucial moment in the game like that. But I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
How tough was it out there in that first half after you all made the adjustments in the second half?
It was really tough. Just trying to get things going. It seemed like we didn't have, any type of, I don't know, we didn't have anything going, honestly. And we can't do that. We preach fast starts, and to get off to a slow start against anyone in this league is not going to put you in a great place. So we gotta bounce back and make sure we play all 60 minutes of the game. We knew they were going to bring the house. We knew they were going to play 0. I've been saying it all week. We knew they were going to test us man-to-man. It was about getting our playmakers the ball on the outside, and that's what we did in the second half. That's why we had some success.
We still have opportunities, receiver-wise. We just got to continue to be better, separating against man, making contested catches, and helping Sam out, whether that's signals or just a little things throughout the game or throughout a certain look that could really give him comfortability that he can really drive the ball. So, that one sucked for sure.
With Santana Moss, Santana, you look at that game, you look at what happened the first half. Took them almost 3 quarters to figure out the blitz by the Giants, knowing that that's what they were going to do. What did you see, and what's your thoughts?
I mean, I was just listening to Sam talk about just how they made the adjustment to max protect a little bit when it came time. But I came into the game plan saying we need to get off the bus max protecting. You know what I mean? I mean, you knew that what Wink Martindale was going to do. He's going to blitz. And even if he didn't blitz, he's going to give you a funky look here and there, probably bring less than the guys he's shown and have you think a little more than, who's the open guy. So we saw all that. I saw all that from the press box, and I know it's different when you're on the field, but as a quarterback, it's not knowing what's going through Sam's mind because he's so young right now. He's still learning on the job. But you saw the adjustment. You saw how things started moving once we made those adjustments.
But Santana, 3 quarters.
Yeah. Trust me, I understand. I hear you. But you also have to think you're 1-15 on third down. So right then and there, regardless of how many quarters it took, when you have the opportunities and you don't convert on those opportunities or those chances, then that puts you in, behind the 8 ball like they were. They was down 14-0, and now you have to call a different game plan. You understand? So, and then you look at your defense and say, yeah, even though they had those 14 points, our defense was keeping us in the game, giving us the ball back time and time again. They was 5 for 16, and that means our defense played a great game, getting off the field on third down. So it's just one of those things, man. But, if you'd had talked to me right now 2 weeks ago after a game, I wouldn't have the same kind of reserve, how I am right now, because I've learned to just, go with what they shown. I think right now this team, as much as we want them to be better, they're just not there yet. And like, B. Mitch said it earlier, I'm for this team. I want to see them do better, and I know they can. But until they take on to that ownership, regardless of who it is, that's when we can really, actually accept it, until they take ownership of it and say, hey, we got to play better, we got to do better, and we got to show different. And right now they've been showing some of the things that they've shown previously that caused them to be where they're at today.
2 drives that were 80-plus drives, and they come away with nothing.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. And I think when you play in someone else's backyard, that shows you how tough it is to, score points. It's tough to win in this league, period. You saw Buffalo just, got an L to the New England Patriots, and they haven't done nothing all year long. That just goes to show you, I came into this game knowing this team has our number. So regardless of what they've done and shown, regardless of who's down, they're going to play you different. You're circled on their schedule saying that you're the guys that they can get ahead on or they can turn their season around on. So it's going to always be like that till we take ownership in that and go out and beat these guys. But, I say all that to say this, man. This team is way better than what we see on certain Sundays. I don't know what it is. I come into this stadium and I just felt how the wind circled in here, and I felt like, oh, this is one of those games, So, but when you look at the things, I'm pretty sure they're going to see some of this stuff. You can't spot a team, regardless of how good or bad they are, 14 points and get a field goal block and still win the turnover battle and don't put them away. You know what I mean? With guys off the couch, on their offensive line. The offensive line is in shambles, and we don't get out to the quarterback more. They sacked us 6 times. I think we got them 4 times. I mean, I would like to see our defensive front be like theirs was against us at times, because knowing that we put a lot of our equity there. But like I say, too, man, teams get up. And teams did some of the things that we end up doing later. They come off the bus doing it because they understand who they playing against. And we have to do that much more. I'm cool with seeing the coaches have confidence in what we have, because I'm confident in those guys, too. So sometimes you shouldn't have to max protect. Sometimes you should be saying man for a man. You block your man. You pick up, you got the man who comes hot, and I get the ball, I get rid of the football. But it don't always work out that way all the time.
The Giants came in here with 5 sacks, and they were bringing the blitz almost like every down. But when you look at this team, it seems like they can't put back-to-back games together. What is the most disappointing? And I know we are all hoping this team will turn things around, but what is the most disappointing thing to you about this team right now?
Not winning the games it's supposed to win. Point blank, period. You can't be a postseason competitor or in the hunt for a postseason game if you can't win the games that's given. I can see if a team is just better than you, then okay, I'll take that L any day. But I'm going to fight and take that L. But when you walk out when you came off that bus, you should have said, you know what, this is a giving game. Let's play like it. Let's win it, and then get out behind us home and get ready for a tough matchup come next week at home. And when you don't win those games, it's just hard for you to see yourself even having any success down the road. But we also know this is the NFL. Anything can happen. And this team could go on a run late or early or soon, and things could be, drastically different. So, but right now, if you ask that question, just not winning the games that I can clearly say that we should have won.
That's Chicago and this one, right?
Bingo.